I, in my real nature, am not doing anything. One who understands this, evam jnatva vimokshase, he will become free. He will become free instantly when he comes to know that all these sadhanas are performed by the body, mind, intellect only, not by me. That person becomes free. So even when performing sadhana, we should keep this attitude that these are being performed by the blessings of God only. So the more and more humility we have while performing sadhana, we will be able to become free of the attachment to these sadhanas also. They are also stepping stone. They are also part. Ultimately, we have to drop them also. It's like when we want to sleep, we prepare the bed, we prepare the room, we lie down, switch off the light and all those things, good night and all. And then we just wait for the Nidra Devi to come. And when that Nidra Devi comes, then all our activity, everything, just voluntary activity just stops and we go into that state of sleep. All that we do to sleep is not sleep, but it is preparation for sleep. Similarly, all the sadhanas which we do are not the supreme state of knowledge. They are all activities at the level of our body, mind, intellect. So one who understands this deeply, and this one will understand when one does these sadhanas, slowly and steadily one will know that automatically the sadhana is going on. I am not doing anything. See, even if you find some great singers and all, in the beginning they have to put forth effort to sing. But later on, it becomes so spontaneously that at times they sing, they become the singers, and they themselves become the listeners also. They start listening. Areva, very nice song I am singing, let me listen. As a witness, as a third person, they start becoming aware of their own singing. Similarly, we have to do sadhana and ultimately become aware of the body, mind, intellect, doing this sadhana, and I, the consciousness, I, the self, am merely a witness of all these sadhanas. So, karmajan viddhitan sarvan, you understand all these spiritual practices as karmajan, born of action. Having understood this, evam jnatva, having recognized this deeply, vimoksha, say, you will become free. You will instantaneously become free. So the ultimate aim of all the sadhanas is to gain this knowledge of the self. Therefore, this is now said in the next verse, Bhagavan praises knowledge now. Now we have seen Karma Yoga in the 3rd chapter. We have seen other spiritual practices, the upasanas and all, and these various practices. And now Bhagavan will tell us about knowledge, which really will set us free. So he says, Shreyan dravyamayad yajnat jnana yajna parantapa sarvam karma khilam partha jnane parisamapyate Shreyan dravyamayad yajnat jnana yajna parantapa sarvam karma khilam partha jnane parisamapyate. Bhagavan says, these are not only, all these sadhanas are not only activity based, but many of them are also based on various objects we have to take help. We take help of our body, we take help of our mind. sometimes we have to take help of the dravya also, external objects like wealth or some puja samagris and all to perform these sadhanas. So dravyamaya, they depend on dravya also, objects. So Bhagavan says that better than this, all these sadhana which are based on action and which are dependent on objects, better than them is jnana yajna, the sadhana which ultimately leads us to knowledge. He says it better, that doesn't mean we should not do other sadhanas. Other sadhanas will help us to reach this state of knowledge. So, Shreyan Dravyamayad Yajnat Jnana Yajna Parantapa. Jnana Yajna means that sadhana which is more subtler, which will ultimately lead to knowledge. And that is the Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasana. What you are all sitting here and doing is Shravana. And after listening what is happening in your mind, you are thinking about it, contemplating, trying to understand, that is called Manan, reflection. And when you understand, you go into a state of meditation. That is called Nididhyasana. When you understand, you reach a peak of that understanding, and all your thinking stops at that point. That you just absorb that understanding and you experience that peak. That is the state of Nididhyasana. This one has to continuously do, listen to the scriptures, contemplate on them, understand them, and then meditate on this understanding. Meditate on understanding. Meditate means pay attention to this understanding. That's called Nididhyasana. So this Shravan Manan Nididhyasana is the sadhana, practice to gain knowledge. And once we reach the state of Shravana, we have to give up all other activities. Like when you are sitting here listening, you can't be doing some other thing also, like texting and all. And listening also, or listening to music and also at the same time pravachan. At the time of Shravana, we have to stop all other activities. Then at the time of Manana also, we have to stop all other thinking, focusing attention only on understanding what we have heard. And when we are following the path of dhyana, all other attention is removed and only the attention on the truth which is understood. And when we focus our attention, then that attention will lead us into that state of realization. So that is called Jnana Yajna. Bhagavan is praising this Jnana Yajna here. He says that better means higher, or the next step after following the path of Karma Yoga and all these other spiritual practices, better is then to reach the state of knowledge. See, in the world or in the spiritual world, very few people, they appreciate this knowledge. Generally, people want to do something. Even when we go to some Mahatmas and all, we ask them, "Kya kare? Tell me something to do." So, sadhana of doing is appreciated. But sadhana of knowing is the higher step which has to be followed, which is important. Because knowledge will give us liberation. Action gives us result in the world outside. But here, spiritual action will give the result in the world within. I mean, the mind will become pure. But knowledge will set us free. So therefore, Bhagavan here tells Arjuna that better than all these sadhanas, thousands of sadhanas which are mentioned all over the scriptures, better is Jnana Yoga, which are then mentioned in Upanishads, in the end portion of the Vedas. See, I had mentioned that Vedas are very bulky and voluminous, Most of them talk about karma only, different types of karma. Then lot of portion of the Vedas talk about upasana. But then end portion of the Vedas, we have what we call the Upanishads, and they talk about knowledge. Knowledge is the cream, the ultimate. Only when we gain that, we become free. Jnanat evatu kaivalyam. Through knowledge only that kaivalya avastha is attained. So jnana yajna parantapa, he parantapa, he Arjuna, better than all other sadhanas is jnana yajna. Why it is better? Because sarvam karmakhilam partha jnane parisamapyate. All actions, whether it is your sadhana or all other actions also, ultimately they culminate in knowledge. And what is the knowledge? The knowledge that I am not the doer. I am that pure Atma, pure consciousness. All the activities then merge as though in this knowledge. See, even when we are working in this world, ultimately we want to reach a state where we say, okay, I don't want to work now. Even when we have desires, lot of desires, we want to reach a state when we are free of those desires. We say, why we fulfill desires? So that we can get rid of those desires. Desires, when they are there in our mind, they keep on irritating us. Even a workaholic will say that, pura kaam karne ke baad, I want to just sit quietly. So work culminates ultimately in that state of realization. So sarvam karma khilam partha, hey partha, all these karmas ultimately merge, culminate in knowledge. Jnane parisamapyate. We have reached the peak of our evolution when we gain that knowledge. Knowledge means recognition, realization of our own self. When we come to know ourselves, we are free. When we are busy acting and doing something, that means that time we don't know ourselves, because doing happens with the body-mind. So when we are identified with our body-mind, we are busy doing something, but ultimately we have to gain our own knowledge. So having mentioned the greatness of this knowledge, now the question is that how can we gain this knowledge? What is the method? What is the sadhana? Please tell. So now Bhagavan tells the sadhana of gaining knowledge. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninastatvadarshinaha tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninastatvadarshinaha. Bhagavan says, tad vidhi. Know that, gain that knowledge. How? By approaching a knowledgeable person, a wise person. One who has got knowledge, one has to approach. Such a person is called a teacher, a guru. Who is a guru? Who is jnaninaha and tattvadarshinaha. Jnaninaha means one who has got the knowledge of the scriptures, means one who has got the technique of conveying. And tattvadarshi, one who has that state of realization also. In Upanishad also Bhagavan, it is said in Mundaka Upanishad that we have to approach a teacher. Shrotriyam brahmanishtham. Which type of teacher? One is Shrotriya, one who has got the power to communicate. In the sense, one who has got knowledge